Sean, thank you for your impact. Thank you for your contribution. You've come a long way from Temple, definitely. So I'd just like to begin by introducing you all to Miss Ida McQueen. So Ida is 76 years old. She's an African-American woman born and raised in Pittsburgh. But Ida is now a PHA resident, and she resides at the Suffolk Manor Homes, which is located in the Logan area of Philadelphia. Ida is also a mother, and she's a grandmother. And Ida worked as a nurse prior to coming to Philadelphia for 20 years. But Ida has never been connected to the internet in her home, ever. Ida, her son, once bought her a computer, which sat in a box for 2 years, because she just didn't know how to use it. And she had no training even to understand what it could do for her. So Ida is very emblematic of the gulf between people and the world around them. And part of it's probably due to her age, and part of it's probably due to the community and how the community values technology, right? And part of it's probably due to cost, and the question part of it's due to access. But the real question that we probably need to really look at is, how do we really help Ida? And I think one of the things that we have to remember as practitioners and advocates, and as we come together to create all these creative solutions for people like Ida, is that on the other side of the digital divide, on the other side of what we're doing, it's not all digits and ones and zeros of code, but it's people like Ida. So here's an example of what a group did do to address the plight of Ms. McQueen. On August 11, 2011, just last year, Ida, along with about 100 other PHA residents in similar situations, graduated from the first PHA Freedom Reigns Netbook program, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful day. And what that did was at least offer a netbook to each and every one of those residents who graduated, and they had to complete around 8 hours of training. But it was a very emotional day because for many residents, they've never even received a certificate of anything, let alone from a college. And although it was only 8 hours of training, for some that was the only school that they even had in computer literacy at all. So for that particular event, it was really a big kind of bolstering of this digital divide that we're trying to really address. And for the partnership with Freedom Reigns, and there's many partners involved, it was a big day for our company, Wilco, that has been providing services to PHA residents for about 30 years and really trying to bring technology and different solutions. It was a huge day. But for the residents, it was momentous because it really allowed them to be empowered and gain that freedom, right? That freedom to have access, that freedom to control their lives, which is why it was Freedom Reigns. And to date, that program had distributed about 2,000 netbooks, which is about 1,600 or 16,000 training hours that PHA residents have undergone. So I think that's actually a clap. Like, I'm sorry. That's a big. So how do we get to this point? You know, how do you get to that image? Well, it takes collaboration, and it takes support, and it takes families, and it really takes social agencies and educational institutions and private enterprise, small and large, all on the same page. But here are our challenges, and you're going to hear this number throughout the whole week. It's one of those numbers that we just had to fast for. So according to reports, 41% of Philadelphians now have access to internet in their homes. By the year 2030, it's estimated that 600,000 Philadelphians will not have the basic skills to compete in the digital global age, which means that more and more Philadelphians will not be able to compete for high-wage jobs, which means they're going to continue to be trapped in this cycle of unemployment and low-paying jobs. And we have a city that our school district, of course, is in need of repair and challenged. And we also have a city that's, of course, in need of technologically savvy workforce. So this is our charge, right? This is all these statistics. This is why we're all here. This is one of the reasons why we're all here this morning. But here are our resources, and they're good ones. Right now we have Key Spots, which is, of course, one of the signature partnerships of this whole entire week, and a really big initiative that has bring access and training and technology to all Philadelphian communities pretty much throughout all parts of the city. You have Comcast Internet Essentials Program, which is providing a low-cost internet package, which includes free training and low-cost computers for families who digital on-ramps, which is preparing all Philadelphians to work and compete in the 21st century economy by providing a digital framework for training. You have the Free Library of Philadelphia, which is hosting computer classes and access and training and internet to neighborhoods throughout all of the city. And the Knight Foundation, which is supporting transformational ideas and promoting engaged and informed communities. And what I love about at least the Knight Foundation is that they are really being an anchor for all of these various initiatives. And I think we're very thankful that we have a friend in Donna Frisbee Greenwood. But obviously we still have work to do, right? There's still this 2,000 or 300,000 people that don't have access. So it's reported that nearly 2/3 of African Americans, which is about 63%, and about 2/3 of Hispanic Americans, which is about 64%, who are cell phone owners, are also more likely to take advantage of data functions, more so through a handheld device. And I mention that because this digital divide really more so in urban communities that impacts African American communities and Latino communities more so than any other group. So many strategists project that our solutions lie in the future, more so through mobile technology development, mobile applications, and that's going to be those crucial points to really kind of continue to close the gap. So fortunately, in Philadelphia, we do have some very good programs that are addressing this issue. One of them, which I think is probably one of our best kept secrets, is the Urban Technology Project, and actually some of them are right behind in that room. And it's a very, very interesting group. They're a collaborative initiative between the School District of Philadelphia and the Communities and Schools of Philadelphia Incorporated. It's designed to empower Philadelphian youth in their communities through meaningful technology experiences. And I think they're doing just a really great job in terms of mobile content and mobile development and really working with students in that. And of course, we have Temple University's Urban Apps and Maps program, which is probably one of their newest initiatives, which is really geared to solving complex urban challenges between the community and university students and university staff and university faculty, and really working all together to kind of solve different issues through mobile application development. And I think when you start to have communities work together, have the community work with people rather than have people work for the community and develop these devices and these different types of applications, I think we're going to see very good impact in closing the gap in that regard. Affordable devices is going to be a big part of what we're going to look at too. I mean, you know, the United States Department of Education and the Federal Communications Commission has mandated that in the next 5 years, everyone will be transitioning to a digital learning platform, which means that you have to